Hi, I'm Multimuse and welcome back to another video. Today I'm trying out these jumbo acrylic markers that Arrtx have kindly sent to me. This set has 30 colours, including 2 metallic colours and 3 fluorescent colours. I thought that the box was super cute, especially the window. This set also includes stickers to place onto the markers yourself and a little thank you card. Look at all of these markers all together, they look so pretty. So here is a closer look at the markers. As you can tell, they are obviously bigger than their usual markers, and they honestly really remind me of the Poscas because of their shape and size. As you can see here, I can push the nib into the pen itself, and that is how you get the ink to flow into the nib. Though instead of pushing it on its side, you'd be pushing the pen downwards. Here's a little sped up version of me putting all of the stickers onto the pen lids. I actually had fun with this because they were bigger, so it wasn't as annoying to put them onto the lid, because usually with the smaller pens, if you have to put the stickers on, it can get a bit tedious, but this was actually quite fun. Here is a demonstration of me getting the ink into the nib. You just basically pump it like you would with Poscas and stop once the nib is fully coated. Here are all the colours swatched out, and to be honest, they really remind me of a fruit salad. I really love all the colours in this set, though I would say I probably wouldn't use this for portraits. I would use it for my regular fish drawings, which we will be doing today. I'm going to be using a canvas because I thought that would be the most appropriate for these jumbo markers. I didn't have a specific thing that I wanted to draw planned out yet, so I just kind of went with what my heart was telling me to draw, so I went with a sunfish. I have been loving drawing sunfish lately, and I think it's just because their shape is so great. They're so squishy, so yummy, so gummy looking, and it just felt so fitting to use the jumbo markers on it. When I was shaking the pen, I think I was a little too violent. As you can see, the nib popped out, but it was super easy to just put back in and get straight to work. And I was debating whether I should make the sunfish pink or blue, because I just really loved those specific colours in this set, but as you can see, I went with blue because I think my most previous sunfish was pink, so I was like, let's go back to blue. And I honestly don't regret it, because look at how beautiful this colour is! It's so lovely. And you can see that I'm already really messy. My fingers and my hands just get coated with paint by the end of the video. I really love the nibs of these pens because, as you can see, you can get so much coverage and it's just so convenient. You can see me blocking out these shapes with the large nibs, and it's so much fun. Honestly, I was so excited to use them and I am not disappointed after using them. But yeah, you can really fill up so much area by just using it flat like this. It might be obvious, but I'm still gonna mention it anyway. But I definitely wouldn't use these pens for small projects unless it's really simple things in the background, although you can get small lines as well if you tilt it slightly, so there is that. But Arrtx has other pens for smaller, more defined projects, so this is so perfect for big projects like this canvas, or if you want to do something that's kind of abstract. I can see myself doing abstract things with these pens. I also decided to do something super simple on this really tiny canvas that I had because I didn't really know what to use this canvas for, so I just thought, why not do a spiral on this canvas? And yeah, you can see how good these nibs are, because one little stroke on the side and it was covering the whole thing. Anyway, back to the Sunfish. I decided that because the Sunfish was going to be kind of simple, you know, I didn't want to do blending because I felt a bit intimidated. So I just decided, why not give it like a fun little whimsical, like almost like swishy background. And I know I was saying I was choosing between pink and blue for the actual Sunfish, so I went with blue. I decided to use pink in this anyway because the pinks were just calling to me. Like, they were so beautiful, I had to use them, so I used them for the sky. If you've watched my previous videos, you know I love pink, but for those of you that don't know, one thing about me, I love pink, and I will find an excuse to use it anywhere, or almost anywhere, but I will try to tone it down. I just really like the color pink, it's so gorgeous. But yeah, I get very excited when I see pretty pink colors in sets like this. Anyway, moving on. For the line art, I was actually really happy because I feel like the blues in the set work so great together. So for the line art, it just felt so perfect. Like this specific dark blue, I mean, it's not the darkest, but it's also not the lightest. So it just like went so well with the other blues, and I was just really happy because I thought that maybe the Sunfish would be a little too simple, but I feel like the line art really saved it. And I also feel like it really gives it more character. And don't worry, I know that some of you might be looking at those really odd, yucky lines, but don't worry, I go in and fix all of it, I promise. I think if you are somebody who likes to experiment with shapes and textures, these pens would be like the perfect thing for you to experiment with in your next project. I think another thing that also helped with giving this fish a little more personality was the fact that I did go in certain places and make the line art thicker, so it just makes it a little more interesting to look at, and he just looks really cute. It almost gives like a kind of jelly look to him. I don't know, maybe that's just me, but I guess, yeah, he's kind of jelly looking. Anyway, let's talk about the background. Now, this isn't like one of my proudest moments when doing a background, but I kind of wanted to do like a swirly kind of galaxy looking thing, but I don't think I executed it in the way that I wanted to, but I definitely gave it a go, and you know what, I'm not too mad with how it turned out. But you know, practice makes perfect, so I guess I just need to look at references next time to help me get a better sense of like that kind of swirly shape. But I tried to make it very smooth, so you see me like doing multiple different lines and then making it thicker. But yeah, I think if I could go back and change one thing, it would be the position of the swirls and maybe make them less connected. I think some of them shouldn't be connected to one another and rather like their own kind of swirl. I would also try and not overlap them so much because I feel like that really makes it look a bit yucky. I don't know if that's the right word, but anyway, I definitely think I fixed it a little bit when I added in the white later on. Like it kind of doesn't make you look at the swirls too much, and instead it's kind of like sparkly. But either way, you know what, it's not that bad. Maybe I'm just like overthinking it. Yeah, maybe it's not as bad as I think. Another thing about these pens is that they are very opaque. Like, I only had to go over a couple colors, like once or twice, but most of the time I didn't have to do that. So yeah, these colors have a lot of coverage and they're just so nice. I mean, you can see right now how much coverage they give, especially like looking at the white. That's crazy. It's so good. Another thing about these pens is that they are so juicy, and if you want more ink, you can just like pump them down a little more to release more ink, and it's like perfect. You literally have control over how little or how much ink you want there to be. Here I am just adding some sparkles and stars to make the background a little less annoying to me, I guess. I mean, it's not as bad as I'm describing it, but I think the sparkles definitely helped, and you know, I like adding sparkles to things. I think it's fun. I think it's cute. It also definitely makes it look more finished, to be honest, because without the stars, it looked like it was kind of lacking. So with the stars, it kind of just makes it look more refined, I guess. I will say, because I've not really used these kind of like big markers before, I did make a couple mistakes, but it is so easy, since they are acrylic, it's so easy to just go back in and fix those mistakes. And here she is! The main project of today's video is finished. She is so beautiful. I'm actually really happy with how she turned out, and she's now on my wall. But the video is not done yet. We still have this little green canvas that I painted previously. I wanted to do just like I said earlier, a spiral, and I did have a couple ideas of what I wanted to do with the spiral, but I ended up using like some gold ink that I had in my art supplies, and it honestly really complemented the green. But anyway, for now, I wanted to make a star that kind of overlapped the spiral and used like the opposite color to make it like obvious that there was a star. I don't know how to explain it, but it like overlaps the colors whilst using the colors. I don't know how to explain it, but in my head it sounded like a great idea, but I didn't think I could execute it. So instead I added a star with some gold paint. But right now I am fixing up the spiral with the colors just to get it to my liking, because I thought the dark green was a little too thick at first. So, you know, using the lighter green, like I said, acrylic, you can fix mistakes easily. So I did that to make the darker green thinner. Once I was happy with how that was looking, I went in with this gold pigment and I outlined the spiral because I thought it would look pretty. And if you're wondering about the bubbles that is on the gold, don't worry, that disappears. It's just because I have to shake up the bottle to make sure the pigment is all mixed in. But yeah, it doesn't leave any kind of texture behind, it just disappears. Now here I am adding the star. It was going really well until there was a big blob of paint, which you'll see right now. That blob of paint made me have to rethink the thickness of the star. So I was like, okay, well, it's got to be thicker now, so it looks like it was done on purpose. But yeah, I just wish that I had been a little more careful and made it a little thinner, but other than that, this canvas was only like a little experiment anyway, and you know what, I liked how it turned out, so I was happy with it regardless. I have put this small canvas up on my wall because I kind of want to make my art space look a bit like an art studio. So one of the walls is going to have my art, and it only has like 4 things right now, but I'm trying to build it up. And another wall has like a bunch of art from other artists that I've bought from. So yeah, I just want the walls to be very artsy and fun. So this has gone up on there, even though it's like not the best thing, but also not the worst. But anyways, here are the finished paintings. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I will see you all next week. Bye bye!